And a good Thursday morning to you all. And the caption said swing and a miss because that's pretty much what we did with the weather yesterday. Um, we're used to in the weather department, getting the forecast wrong, getting the placement wrong. Oftentimes we're close, but in this case, no cigar. We weren't even in the ballpark here. We expected some pretty good storms last night. I'm thankful to say I heard thunder at 1 o'clock, and I got up and checked the radar. And I'm like, all right, we got something here. So we at least salvaged a bit of the forecast. We did get at least some rain, but it was a far cry from what we had anticipated. We thought things would get a lot more active here. Here's a shot of the airport with mostly cloudy skies right now. But let's go right to the storm tracker here, and let's zoom this out and stop. There we go. So the storms not even close. Look where they're at: Detroit, Toledo, Columbus, way to the west and moving west. Kind of adding insult to injury there. I mean, it's just it was just phenomenal how far off. Now, I will say, in all honesty, several of the models had this scenario. Sometimes it's just like you pick the wrong model. The majority, slight majority, was for us to get those storms, and we went on the air yesterday with our Futurecast, which had the good storms going right over us for the most part. And I was always on the fence for severe, but boy, it sure looked like we had a good shot. And the Weather Service did as well because they had us in a flood watch, and they don't issue flood watches if you're expecting sprinkles. So we weren't caught off guard with this either, but that's kind of what we have right now. So the question is, what's going to happen today? So as we check things out here, let's go back. There we go. And we'll pop up the satellite radar composite. So here's the low pressure. This is where it's at right now. So the low traveled east, and we thought it would be in Erie, okay, by after midnight. Well, it didn't. It barely got past Detroit and Toledo. And that low is the one we are counting on to give the rough, and it did give severe weather. So had the low gone where we expected it to, we would have had severe weather last night. But it just took its good old time getting here, and still well toward the west and kind of washing out. We're keeping our eyes more on this one that's headed out of the northern Midwest. So with that in mind, we expect so that first low, as you can see, that low kind of washes out quickly this morning, and the warm front hangs in the region. Now, warm fronts are not known typically as being very active during the day, but the fact that it's right around us or maybe just to the north, that puts us in the warm and humid sector, and it really makes for a tough call on just how much rain we're going to get. Models are literally split 50-50. We have short range and long range models. The long range models and the ones that we usually lean on are keeping things more isolated. The short-term models are much more active and have pretty good showers and storms developing during the day. In this case, I'm literally going down the middle and kind of splitting the difference and going with scattered showers and storms, which can be expected in just this very warm and humid air mass for this afternoon. Could get some sun in between the clouds, but the confidence here is low to moderate for today. There is a possibility that we could get some decent amount of storms for the day. I'm not expecting severe at all, or we could get next to nothing. So we're going to go in the middle. I'd say we'll probably get about 2 to 4 hours worth of rainfall from this system. So here comes the next low, and this is looking almost the same as last night. So the low pressure approaches. We have the warm front near us. You can see the storms seem to get prominent late evening to just after midnight, and everything should be out of the region. Oh, I'm sorry, after 2 o'clock, there goes that next line. And then everything out of the region before daybreak. So again, we're all over the place on timing here. The model that got it right last night is much less bullish on severe than even this model here. This is Barron's model. And so, I think just because we have more humidity and generally more instability, I feel good that we will feel better that we will see some showers and storms. But we are, again, from the Storm Prediction Center, we are in a slight risk again for tonight. But if this map looks familiar, it's almost the same as what we saw yesterday for last night's storm. So the best forcing, really, like last night, is, oops, I'm sorry, I called up the wrong thing here. Let's try this again. I want to draw something. There we go. I don't use this that much. So yellow on yellow. Good job, Tom. But in any event, the best forcing appears to be in this area, which includes probably western fringes of Ashtabula County through Cleveland, Toledo, and actually, probably should include southeast Michigan as well. So this is where the best forcing is. This is where the best chance of severe, probably beginning as early as 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, so he said, well, why are we under severe threat? Well, as we just mentioned, the models are all over the place here. And there is a potential that some of those could slide a little bit farther toward the east. And, could perhaps put us into the potential here. I'm sorry, I'm trying to change the color and I can't seem to get it to change. Okay, so we do have the potential here of some. Here we go. Let's pick red. So we have we do have the potential here of maybe getting some severe storms here, but we are not in the bullseye. So we're once again left with kind of this nebulous where we have some of the ingredients for severe. We have good instability. We have rotation. Okay, but do we have the best lift? We don't. That's more here. The center of the greatest moisture is here, and moisture means energy. Okay, not just for rainfall, but energy to increase, the severity of the storms. So we're left again in kind of this netherworld, and that's how things are looking for tonight. So, that's kind of how things are going here with that precipitation for tonight. Now, we do expect the precipitation to diminish tomorrow, and by the morning hours. But even there, some models want to keep some rainfall into the afternoon. I think it'll end by midday. I went optimistic and say we'll see some afternoon sun. So let's hope that happens here, because no one wants a losing streak in weather. Temperatures in the upper 70s. The weekend is looking cooler, mid 70s. Saturday could be fairly cloudy. And kind of cool there, mid 70s, lower to mid 70s on Sunday. Looks like we'll generally see more sunshine, and then we're back into the upper 70s for the beginning of next week. So, Blaine, good to see you this morning. Blaine Bradley, Gary Thomas, good morning. Hey, Vicky, you have a blessed day as well. Ms. Jones and Jen, good to see you out there at the Mercyhurst corridor. Sue out in Pittsfield, one of our regulars as well. Good to see you, Sue. Thank you, and happy Thursday. Hello, Rob. Had flashlights in, yeah, and nothing. Well, keep them ready for tonight, Rob. We're not out of the woods just yet. Phyllis and Lori back to back here, 63, 64 degrees. Yeah, heading to camp in Marionville. Oh, good. Well, have yourself a safe trip. And if it rains, that's okay. You'll still have a good time. Moxie Jim, good to see you, sir. Thanks for joining us here out in the hills of Tennessee. Hello, Robert. Good to see you. Yeah, slight marginal should be switched. I don't have that power, Lori. The big guy upstairs does, I think. Hello to you, Todd. Hey, Kim, good to see you out there at Leisure Lake Campground there in Coy 66 out there. You have a great day as well there, Jen, and you all have a good day. Keep tuned here. We'll be watching this when the new models come in. We'll assess, and we'll talk. Tom Atkins is off, but we still chat. Weather weenies never take a day off from checking out the weather. Before today, just keep your eye on the sky if you have any outdoor plans. I'm not bullish on a lot of rain, but some storms, if they do occur, will have maybe some locally heavier downpours, even though they will be scattered. And we'll watch for possible severe for tonight. So with that, enjoy your day, everyone. Take care, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow.